Alright, now we're live.
We're live.
We're live. Yes, this is my roommate. Say hello.
Hello.
Introduce yourself.
I'm the roommate.
This is the roommate. You remember the picture?
That was me with the thing on my head.
Yes, that was him. So, I brought him in today. Actually, this is his idea. Actually,
I have here the box set for the Munchkin game. They're Steve Jackson games. You can get them in a couple of locations. That's the Super Munchkin game, which is the superhero themed version of it. And of course, this is the original version of it there. And basically, I got these at like a game day store type of thing that sells board games and card games of the like. But you can, if you don't have any of those in the area, they do have a website. So if you look up Munchkin Steve Jackson, you'll come up with the website to actually order these games. There's actually many different themes. This is the original, which is just a basic dungeon crawler type of game. Has like 7 expansions, so obviously I couldn't fit all of these cards. I had to put them in a big box like this.
big box.
Big box. And this is the entire collection. You can see just how many cards there are in here. That's a lot of cards, plus these extra cards here, which are dungeon cards, which add more flavor. Each expansion comes with new type of classes and types of cards, and sometimes you get cool gadgets like these. Like this one here, it keeps track of your level and bonuses. Go ahead and bring that up. The kilometer. It actually has a wheel that goes around, so you can change the level. It's pretty cool. It has a backside too. That's awesome. And of course, every little thing that you buy that is not just the cards, but like little gadgets like this, they all have specific rules that you can add to the game if you own one. The game is based on a level system. Everyone starts at level 1. You have to play it with 3 people, at least 3 people. The more the merrier, of course.
Yes, it makes it for craziness.
Absolute craziness. And of course, the whole point of the game is to get items so that you can equip yourself with them and try to get to level 10 before anyone else. Most people like to help each other, you know, help me for this amount of treasure from this monster, you know, type of situation. And then, of course, most of the time you're screwing the other characters, which is, he does that a lot, and karma bites him in the ass, I'll tell you that much. So that, I mean, let's take a look at, he showed you some of the cards, which is why some of you are asking about them. So let's go into a little bit more detail. Okay, so we got a couple of dungeons here. I'm going to show you my 4 favorite dungeons.
Ooh.
This one, he hasn't seen any of these.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to play with the dungeons.
Anyway, this is the dungeon of manga wrangling. So let's see the picture. As you can see, it's a manga, obviously. The results, for instance, any monster with tentacles has an extra +5 against females. Like I said, it's one of my favorite dungeons, but I don't play with females often. And is worth an extra treasure if defeated by or with the help of a female. And this is just part of Steve Jackson's funny stuff here. It says here at the very bottom, if the Munchkins cannot agree whether a given monster has tentacles, send us a check for $20 and we'll tell you. We were actually tempted to show you the picture. And this is called the Dungeon of Comprehensive Curses. Which basically, when anyone draws a curse card, instead of just affecting that one person, everyone's affected by it. That one's fun. And of course, this is the one that everyone wants to get away from and try to change the dungeon. And that's the Dungeon of Deadly Deathful Death, which even a potted plant would kill you. Add death to all death. You showed them that.
I showed them the potted
It's a picture of the potted plant right here to say that basically death to all the bad stuff for every monster, so you die. And that's, of course, whenever you die, you keep your level and you keep your class and you keep your race, but all of your items are gone. One item is taken per character on the board, and the rest get thrown away. So you know what? I'll show them some of the original Munchkin cards, since he's got a lot of these out. For instance, if any of you guys are from, you know, Louisiana, I apologize, but this is the type of stuff they are. Anyway, just in case it's politically correct. For instance, level 20. Every expansion has one level 20 to add to the mix. It starts with one level 20. For instance, for this one, this was the for the 4th edition I got for the classic. It is a level 1 Katrina, which is the shape of, ironically, a hurricane symbol. lol, you know. I thought it's funny, but maybe some people might not. Level 13, Redneck Tree. Bang, 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 bang. It likes to play rough. +5 against orcs and +5 against warriors.
Didn't find that one monster you were talking about.
Yeah. Oh, the bad stuff on this one is really funny, actually. Lose your armor, 2 levels, and all of your dignity. This is what the card says, I'm not joking. Due to uncontrollable trembling, you will be at -10 against any plant for the rest of the game. Ouch. Katrina, for instance, just will not pursue anyone of level 5 or below, so you instantly run away. The bad stuff for this one, of course, is all items you have in play are blown away except for the big ones. There's a difference between small items and big items, and you discard them. That's a sucky one. Level 4, Ooze with Oozy. Lols. More slime, gross. +3 against elves. On the other hand, it looks yummy to orcs. -3 against orcs. Now those pluses and minuses affect the level of the monster. So if an elf is fighting this thing, instead of being level 4, it turns to level 7. On the other hand, if it's an orc fighting it, it turns to level 1. And of course, if you have someone helping you that actually is one of these, it will adjust itself. So you gotta watch out who helps you as well. Here's one for the ladies. A level 8 male chauvinist pig. Har hardy har har. +5 versus females, but 1 extra treasure for each female who helps defeat him. Bad stuff is females lose their armor. Males must share a beer with him. Lose a level. Don't lose a level, that sucks. Here's one of it, even though it's a normal draw a door card where the monsters come from. Here's a cool, this is an edition thing called a steed. This is what the 4th edition added, and this is a 6th edition type of extra here. It's a flying carpet mount. They do have mounts in this game. Yeah, so they're called steeds. So this one's a +2 flying carpet, and obviously gives you +1 also to run away. If you can't beat a monster, you have to run. You roll a 6-sided dice. If you get 5 or 6, you run away. There's modifiers and penalties that add to that as well. For instance, this gives you +1, so obviously you can roll 4, 5, and 6, which is good. If someone else is was in the combat, you can also give that person the +1 bonus if you wish. If you wish. I love the wording. The wordings of these cards can sometimes screw people over, I swear to God. Someone will be like, well, it says I can if I want to, so I'm not going to. Of course, you make enemies that way, but hey, you know what? And it says cannot be enhanced with press on wings since it already flies. That's kind of self-explanatory.
We're actually starting to run out of time, so
are we?
Yes, so let's speed through these.
Speed through these? Okay, we'll just go through it. Like, obviously you've seen this one, Monster GM made up. It's level 7. Level 10, 3,872 orcs, bruh! And we have level 1, play on words here. Tequila Mockingbird. They're all like that. Here's a curse. It's called New Edition Rules, which basically affects everyone and loses a level. That sucks. Level 6. This is for anybody, really. A big, fat, hairy Dale. This is the kind of guy I guess you don't want at your parties if you're playing shit or something. And then you got level 13, Snot Elementals. Believe it or not, there are monsters called Floating Noses. And apparently if they join forces with this card, they become more powerful. That's pretty nasty. But that's just pretty much an overview of the game itself.
I just want to point out one thing really quick on this card. He's actually holding boxes of Munchkin cards.
Yep. So, also, I have one card just because it came with my kilometer, but if you ever see this, this is called Munchkin Quest. This is actually the board game version, but that cost me at the place is about 50 bucks. It's very expensive, but it's a huge game. I won't buy it, but yeah, anyway. But that's pretty much Munchkin in a nutshell. A lot of you people are interested in it. Right now, they don't have any plans for like an online version to play with people, like if you wanted to play with Don or something, you know. But apparently, they don't have any plans for it now because they did say that it would take away the experience of playing it with people, and they didn't want to take that away. So who knows if it'll come or not. But like I said, you can go to any type of card game store or board game store that sells them. You can find these cards or order them online. Just put in Munchkin, the card game. You'll come up to their website. You can even You can even buy blank versions of these cards
And
and
make
make
your
your own Munchkin game. I mean, come on. I was planning on doing that, but then our group disbanded when earlier in the year, unfortunately, so we didn't get that going. But who knows? Maybe you guys will share some of your Munchkin fun. We'll be getting more editions. I'll be getting more editions. Obviously, he might actually buy one when he has the opportunity to. So, but that's pretty much Munchkin in a nutshell.
Yep.
So,
Thank you for sharing.
you're welcome. And thank you for letting me be here.
Yep. Thank you for letting me be here.
Uh-huh.
Because if I wasn't here, then I'd probably be elsewhere. Elsewhere, yes. Yeah, so thank you everybody for watching. So this is Don.
I'm the roommate.
And we're signing off.